Hey, so as I'm sure you saw in the title, we're going to be doing a Splicer cosplay, and we're going to start with the clean face, and I know, acne, everywhere. What are you going to do? So I put in my red Pinky Paradise contacts before I got started to get that real dead, evil Splicer look. Now for my face, we're going to start with Makeup Forever's Step 1 Primer, and I'm just going to put that all over my face, especially my T-zone, which can get kind of oily. Now we're going to move on to the CC Cream, which I've obviously completely destroyed, but it's a Vino and it moisturizes, and I'm just going to put it all over my face to get some real good color correction and evenness in my skin tone. Moving on to the base, we're going to use some more Makeup Forever in HD, and yes, that is in fact the palest color, and I'm just going to put that on my finger and dot it all over my face until I look like I have some kind of horrible skin disease, but it's going to make my skin look a lot nicer with that base on. Then I'm going to use my makeup sponge, which I promise I cleaned, and use it to dab it all out and blend it in. Now I'm going to get out my handy dandy Benefit Erase Paste, which is kind of a lifesaver for me because I need it to cover up my acne, some more pores, and some redness, and it really does work. Okay, moving on to my Smashbox contouring kit, and look, it's you! Oh my god! But anyways, we're going to use that darkest color, put it all over my cheekbones and under my chin to make it a really sharp, angular, dark look. Kind of gaunt. And then we're going to move on to highlighters and put that on my forehead, the bridge of my nose, and my chin, just to bring out those areas. Moving on, we're going to actually use this teeny tiny eyeshadow brush, and in a trick I learned from watching Michelle Phan, I'm going to take that darkest color, line the outsides of my nose with it, and then move it up above my eyelid to make it look like I've got my bones jutting out there. Now back to the blending sponge to take care of all that contouring. Now you can say hi to my roommate while I put on my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion and just put that all over my eyelids so that the eyeshadow sticks on better. Continuing with the Urban Decay theme, I'm going to take out my giant eyeshadow palette, which has so many colors, and we're just going to use that dark gray called Desperation up in the top left corner. And I'm going to use the big brush it came with and just put that all over the tops of my eyelids. And yes, this is going to look kind of scary at first, but no worries, we will blend it out. Now I'm actually going to use that same gray eyeshadow for some contouring, and I'm going to make two triangles on my cheeks right along my cheekbones to emphasize that bony look coming out from the corner of my eyes. And now of course we abuse the makeup sponge some more and blend it out. Now to really give my eyes that hollow dead look you can see through the mask, I'm going to take that same dark eyeshadow and line underneath my eyes in a really deep line, and don't be afraid to just go crazy with that because we're going to blend it out until it looks more smudged and scary. Now that didn't look quite good enough for me, so I went ahead and put on some triangles that I didn't blend nearly as much just to add to the drama underneath my eyes. Now for emphasis, we're going to take that gold shade and draw it in from the inner corner of the eye all the way down just to emphasize that darkness. Then using the age-old technique of white eyeliner, we're going to line along the waterline just to make the eyes look bigger and more animated, like in a video game. Now to be completely honest, you can totally skip this next step, but I'm going to use my Maybelline Line Stiletto and just line my eyes like kind of a cat eye, coming out a little further than I normally would take it, just to emphasize that darkness. And I'm even going to come up from under my eye a little bit just to round out the look some more. Now of course with all that Urban Decay you had to be expecting the Naked palette, so we're going to take that lightest shade and just put it on the inner corner of our eyes and then up to the eyebrow. And this is really just to lighten things up so that there's more contrast and also to clean things up because yes, this black eyeshadow does get a little messy. Next we're going to take that gold glittery color in Smog, and this just kind of makes it feel more like 20s-ish to me and a little more fancy and shocking when you look underneath the eye. Now we're going to take what is currently my favorite mascara, which is Benefit They're Real, and just apply that liberally all over the eyelashes. And you can do some fake eyelashes on top of this, but I choose not to, especially because they might get stuck to the mask. Now that that's all done, we're moving on to the eyebrows, which are going to be dark and dramatic, more dramatic than I would normally go. So I'm just going to line those in with the brown, and then I'm going to flip it over, take the brush on the end, and just brush that out a little bit. I'm going to take my favorite highlighter of all time that I got from MAC, and I'm just going to use my fingers like a heathen and put it all over my face on the places where I want the light to hit naturally to make those bones look even a little more dramatic. Now for some Burt's Bees to keep my lips from dying, and then we're going to put on some Revlon 24-hour lasting red lipstick, and that stuff does last, but it also really dries you out, so I would definitely recommend putting something on underneath it first. Now actually, it's kind of good if you're not so good at putting on lipstick like me, because I'm actually going to pull down that red stuff and just make it look really messy, and like I've been kind of not taking much attention to how I look lately. Of course, we're going to add some fake blood on top of that. For the fun part, which is going to be the wound that I'm going to put on my clavicle, and I'm going to use some spirit gum and then just a wound that I got from Party City, and I'm going to paint that spirit gum all over the back of that wound and then press it and apply it to my chest. To make that wound blend more seamlessly into my skin, I'm going to use some more of that base and moisturizer that I used at the beginning and just dab that on top of the wound and all around it. But the best way by far to blend it is just to put some coagulated blood gel on it, and as you can see, a little bit goes a long way, and I put it everywhere. And now the look is complete, and I actually just got this mask from Party City around Halloween, cut it up, and put some blood on it, and that was all it needed to make it look like a Splicer mask. So that's really the whole look, and I hope that you enjoyed, and that you have fun at whatever con, party, or whatever you decide to wear this to. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to get some more content whenever that comes out, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!